Alright, so this video focuses on the triangle angle bisector theorem. So what is this theorem? So this is when an angle bisector, the line right here in the middle, an angle bisector in a triangle separates the opposite sides into two segments that are proportional to the lengths of the other two sides. So let's break that down a bit. Looking at the example they gave us over here, we can write that side AD over DC, that would be this side and that little side right there. It's going to be proportional to AB, this guy right here, over BC. That is the triangle angle bisector theorem. So now, let's do some examples. Looking at number 6, if KM right here is my angle bisector, then we need to solve for x. So, remember we have the two little sides right here created by our angle bisector. So it's going to be 4.8 over x equals, and then we're going from left to right, so then you would have to pick 12 next. So 12 over 18. Now we cross multiply. Just like that. So we're going to get 12x, and then 4.8 times 18 is going to give me 86.4. Divide 12 from both sides, and your final answer for x is going to be 7.2. And I'm going to ask that you leave it in decimal form in this case. Moving on to number 7, same thing. You got your two sides right here. We want to line those up together. And I'm actually going to start from the bottom this time. So I'll do 36 over 40. 36 and the 40 have to go together. That's what the theorem states. And then once again, from bottom to top, I'm going to have x over 54. Okay? Once again, cross multiply. You probably could go ahead and reduce this guy over here, but just for the sake of time, I'm not going to. So we're going to have 40x, and then 36 times 54 is going to get a pretty big number, 1,944. Divide both sides by 40, and we are going to get 48.6. Another decimal in this case. When you do get a decimal for an answer, I'm going to ask that you round to the nearest 10th place. Where that 6 is, that is the 10th place. So now let's look at number 8. We need this little guy right here, but they didn't give it to us. So we do have the total length, which is 39. So I just need to do 39 minus 15. And that's going to give me a measure of 24 right there for side LM. Now we can set up our proportion here. So 39 minus 15 is 24. So I'll go from left to right again. So 15 over 24, and that is going to be equal to x over 36. You could have it to where it's 24 over 15, but then you would also have to do 36 over x. You have options here. I just chose to go left to right. So this is our proportion. Cross multiply. We're going to get 24x, and then 15 times 36 is equal to 540. Make that a better 0. There we go. Divide both sides by 24, and this is going to give me an answer of 22.5. There you go, final answer. Number 9, well, this is interesting. we need to know what this little measure is going to be right here, but we have a problem here. We don't know the total length of the side. So this is what we're going to do. What you're going to do is you're going to do x minus 12 right there for side LM. Because the reason the 12 doesn't go first is because you want to do the total minus one of the little sides. So in this case, JM in this case. That's why it's going to be x minus 12. Okay? Now we can still set up our proportion here. So we're going to have 12 over x minus 12. I'm just going to go left to right. It's usually the easiest thing to do. And then 18 over 30. Now, in this case, I will go ahead and reduce this fraction over here. And let me do a different color here. Let's do green. So 18 over 30. That actually, both of those numbers can be divided by 6. So 18 divided by 6 is going to give me 3. And 30 divided by 6 is 5. So now we are looking at 12 over x minus 12. We can't reduce this one because of that little x right there. And then that's now going to be equal to 3 over 5. Now let's go ahead and cross multiply. 12 times 5 is going to give me 60. And then we're going to have 3 times the x minus 12, so that's going to give me 3x minus 36. Combine like terms on both sides. I'm going to need to change colors again. Let me go green again. So add 36 to both sides, and you're going to get 96 equals 3x. And then x equals 32. And that is going to be the final answer. Because remember, we're actually solving for the length of the large side. If they had asked us for LM, then we would just have to do 32 minus 12. But all we had to do was solve for the big one. Last but not least, let's look at number 10. So kind of a similar case. We need to take the total minus one of the little sides because we need to have both small sides. So we are going to do 45 minus 27. And in this case, 45 minus 27 is going to be 18. So LM has a measure of 18. And now, once again, going left to right, that's usually easier. Let's set up the proportion. So 27 over 18. And we're going to set that equal, once again, going left to right. 3x minus 9 over x plus 11. I can reduce this fraction right here. I'm going to go ahead and do that down here. So 27 over 18. Now what number is going to go into both of those? That number is actually going to be 9. 9 goes into both 27 and 18. So divide 27 by 9, you're going to get 3. 18 divided by 9 is 2. So now we are working with 3 over 2 equals 3x minus 9 over x plus 11. Go ahead and cross multiply. And when we cross multiply, we're going to get 3x plus 33, since you would distribute the 3 to the x plus 11. And then 2 times 3x, that would be 6x, and 2 times negative 9, that's going to be 18. Okay, I'm going to combine all my steps in one. I like to keep my numbers positive, so plus 18, and then subtract 3x, subtract 3x. So now over here on the left side, I'm going to get 51. And then on the right side, I'm going to have 3x. And last but not least, 51 divided by 3 will be equal to 17. So our final answer is x equals 17.